Be fearless in the sun with Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen. Whether you're diving into ocean waves or simply chasing your kids around the backyard, Blue Lizard has you covered so you can enjoy every moment worry-free. Designed for your whole family and free from fragrances, parabens, and phthalates. Blue Lizard is your go-to mineral sunscreen, trusted by dermatologists, pediatricians, and parents. Shop now on Amazon.com and be fearless in the sun with Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen.
Hi, this is Alex Kantrowitz. I'm the host of Big Technology Podcast, a longtime reporter and an on-air contributor to CNBC. And if you're like me, you're trying to figure out how artificial intelligence is changing the business world and our lives. So each week on Big Technology, I bring on key actors from companies building AI tech and outsiders trying to influence it, asking where this is all going. They come from places like NVIDIA, Microsoft, Amazon, and plenty more. So if you want to be smart with your wallet, your career choices, in meetings with your colleagues, and at dinner parties, listen to Big Technology Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a real-life medium? Then this is the podcast for you. In this show, you'll learn how to open your heart to spirit, hear adventures I've experienced as an award-winning psychic medium and teacher. Plus, I'm going to give you some psychic information and insight into what the future holds for our increasingly crazy world. Tune in every Friday and get ready to connect to the other side. I'm Jen, and I'll be your guide starting right now. Oh, I'm having so many technical difficulties this morning. I'm almost giving up, but we are going over to Zoom, not the regular platform that I used to record the podcast. So hopefully it sounds okay. I guess I won't know until the end. So maybe there'll be a podcast today. Maybe there won't. If you're listening right now, I was successful, but I had to do it the hard way. Isn't that how things go sometimes? So speaking of the hard way, it's been a weird week. If you're not following me on Instagram, elevate.hersoul, go follow me now. If you're not, I had to make the tough decision to put my most favorite beloved cat, Oscar, down and help him transition over to the spirit world. I'm not quite ready to talk about the details, but I will tell you, why does nobody talk about how awful that experience is? Like, I was not prepared to go in like the death room at the vet. Like, no one told me what was going to happen. I mean, I obviously had logical idea what was going to happen. I knew the outcome of that, but you can't even, maybe that's why no one talks about it, because you can't even like explain that to someone, or maybe it's too awful to explain to someone. I don't know, but that happened last Friday. It's almost been a week, and I'm waiting for his ashes to come home, and I'm looking forward to that, and I'll cry all over again. And anyways, that's another story for another day. But so this episode today, I want to talk about strange stories with me. Okay. Strange stories. So I've had a few this week. And if you are one of my students in any of my classes, you'll know that I talk about things are changing rapidly. So when I talk about you are a practicing medium or student of mediumship, you will go through multiple changes, not only in your development and your gifts, but also in your personal life, because they're parallel or connected rather. And once you get like pretty good at what you're doing and how you're supposed to be doing readings and connecting to the spirit world and understanding all the communication, it changes on you. So that's why I always say mediums always have to be constantly learning. You can't just take one class and deem yourself a medium and be like, hey guys, I'm ready to like go do a show, which is what I did. So don't do that. Thinking that you're pretty good, but you're not, there's so much to learn. Like even I have days where I can't actually do a reading. Like the reading is horrible. So like I would say obviously 98% of my readings are pretty good and I'm confident in them, but like there's like the 2% where like, oh boy, I shouldn't be doing this. I don't know, I'm laughing because I'm recording on Zoom and I'm looking at myself with my messy hair and my glasses. I'm just, the whole thing's just ridiculous, really, like it's just ridiculous. And so this week, here's one strange story. Speaking of what I just mentioned, I wasn't actually able to read for someone. And ironically, I had read for her a year ago beautifully. And this time, nope. Everything she said was no. Everything she said was no. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, lady, because I don't know what's going on, because I had just done a reading like an hour prior and it was beautiful. People were crying. They're like, oh my God, this is the best reading I ever had. And then I go into the next one and just stunk. It stunk like something gross in the compost. That's what it smelled like. It was just worse. So I that hasn't happened. Like, I would say maybe one other time that's happened in the past where I couldn't actually read for someone. I don't know what happened. So it happens, guys. It happens. So we got to let it go. We got to do our best to be, helpful and accommodating, and try our best to, like, well, let's try again another time, or here's your refund, or whatever you need to do, right? If you're a medium. And it was just very strange that I couldn't. And I'm like, can I chalk it up to my grief? Because if I had done one right before that, that was really beautiful. And this one, I lost my focus, maybe. Like, I just lost my focus. Like, when you're doing a reading, if you're a medium and you're like in the spirit world, if you hear like noises or dogs barking or whatever, you get pulled out of the spirit world. And then you have to like sort of crawl your way back in there or swim your way back in there. And it's kind of difficult to switch gears from like being in the human world and the spirit world, right? You got to actually train yourself how to do that too. It was like so many facets to this development, this learning of being a medium. And I just couldn't do it. So that's one strange story. Strange, but not strange. And they're going to get stranger as we go. My favorite one was yesterday, though. I'll tell you that in a few minutes. My favorite one was yesterday of a strange story in the world of spirit, me doing readings. And before we do that, here's another strange story that has nothing to do with my work. Well, it does have to do with my work. It has to do with my dreams. My dreams. If you've been following me for many years in the past, you know that one of my goals was to have my own TV show or to be on TV. Now, when you ask the universe for something, you need to be very specific. And I haven't asked for a long time. I just sort of gave up that dream that I don't need to be on TV. I'm just going to help people, mind my own business, do my psychic stuff, run my school, teach classes, live my life, going to Florida and trying to figure out if I should go to Mexico or not, just having a regular life. And you forget all about your dreams. You just give up. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to claw my way out. It's not something that I need to do. I don't have to be on TV. And in the past, when I said to the universe, I know I would like to be on TV, what happens was manifested a commercial. So technically, the universe is like, you're going to be on TV. You're just going to be in a commercial with Jerry D. Riding around in an RV. Hey, that rhymes. I'm like, I'm tired. So just now, like, it's only 7 a.m. So like an hour ago, I checked my info at elevatehersoul.com email. I don't get notifications for this. So if you've emailed me and it's been a few days, just because I forgot to check, because I don't know how to get the notifications on my phone. And I'm reading this email and I'm like, what's this? And the title is the subject line. Let me just pull it up here. The subject line is Sasquatch University. That's what I wake up to. Sasquatch University. And I'm like, what is this? Usually it's spam, right? Hey, I'm a CEO content writer. I can get your blah, 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 working for like $10,000. So I'm reading this email and this is legit. I was like, okay, what's this about? So basically this producer reached out to me and asked me to be part of this Sasquatch finding episode on his new series called Sasquatch University. I know it sounds ridiculous, but like, so I don't have a lot of experience with Sasquatches. So a Sasquatch is basically this Neanderthalish looking, it's folklore or like, conspiracy theory, or in the paranormal world, they believe that there are this Bigfoot. Basically, it's a Bigfoot. It's hairy, this big hairy entity that roams the forest and like, makes weird noises and things like this. So I don't think I've ever come across a Sasquatch, but I do have a lot of, as you know, extensive paranormal experience. And so he wants me to do an episode and remote view into the woods at night, I'm assuming, and find the Sasquatch if there is one there or not. And I'm like, that is bleeping cool. And then, of course, it says, as you scroll down, that they're filming tomorrow night, which is Easter. I am away with my family, 4 hours away around Grand Bend, just outside of Grand Bend, near my parents' home for the weekend for a family Easter gathering. Right. So, hey, universe, WTF, that is not very nice. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, this is part of my dream. This is part of my attracting in. So as you know, I talk about every episode, I emit appreciation, like my heart beams appreciation out into the world. And that brings like a big magnet back to you all the things that you want. And when you give up, which is surrender, the thing comes to you. So I used those two things, and then I got this in my lap. So is this a dilemma or just forget about it? So I wrote him back. I'm like, can we do this another night by any chance? Because even if I said yes, I'd have to drive like 5 hours back from Grand Bend to Owen Sound to film this thing. So a little bit of a pickle. So I'll keep you guys posted on Instagram and the next episode and tell you what happened with that, because I'm waiting for him to email me back. It's only 7:18 in the morning. So that strange thing happened this morning. And it's legit. Like there's a link to Global News or whatever. This is actually happening. And like, wouldn't that be cool? I mean, it's still not my dream, but it's like a stepping stone to my dream of being on TV, right? And even though I forgot all about it and I gave it up, where before I'd be obsessed with this. I need to be on TV. I want my own TV show. I want to be like Teresa Caputo and help people. And, it's just so interesting to me that it just showed up right now. And these things just show up. If you want something so badly, like you're going to be obsessed about it. And then one day you just go, screw it. I give up. I don't need that anymore. That's when it's going to come to you. Anything like a house, a relationship, anything, right? There's just, you also have to believe that you can have it. So like in the giving up of it, you basically tell the universe that you do believe in it, because you're like, whatever, it's just going to happen if it's going to happen, right? Like you just completely give it over. So that happened. Okay. Strange thing, not a strange thing. Spirit school. I opened up early bird tuition for September. I know it's far away, you guys, but Spirit school is my legacy school where I'm going to have pretty much other teachers running it this year, year 3. Can you believe it? Year 3 is Spirit school. And I'm going to give you some idea of what kind of courses are going to be offered in the year 3 Spirit school. Anyone can join. It's a Facebook group. I know it's kind of crappy with Facebook, but that's the easiest way for me to set it up. So there are 4 classes a month. Every Monday, it's a Facebook Live. So it's recorded and you can watch it anytime that you want to. And then 1 Zoom class a month where we can all meet together face to face in our little Zoom squares and really connect. Well, not connect as much as you could in person, obviously, but that's the intention. And my intention behind Spirit School is whatever's for the highest good for everyone involved who comes into this space. Okay, so I've set a space and Spirit chooses the students. I don't go choose the students. Spirit gives me the feeling or the nudge to put it out, and that's how it reaches. So like it would be kind of the criteria is you don't ask a lot of questions about it. It's kind of like you see something, you're like, I know that's for me, right? Or I feel that's for me. You just have this. That's the way you choose Spirit School, you guys. It's different than other schools. It's not where like people are marketing and stuff like that. I mean, I will be marketing. I'm going to make a little website so you can go read more information about it, but you'll just know that's how it's designed, right? So someone's like, I don't think it's for me. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm glad it's not for you. I'm glad that you know that Spirit School is not for you. So here are some of the courses. Crystal certification. Okay. It is a certificate program. So just be aware, disclaimer, it's not every class is a certificate. Some of them are deemed certificate programs based upon the teacher's criteria and beliefs.
The Fall Line is a true crime podcast covering the coldest cases in the southeastern United States and occasionally beyond. We focus on the missing persons, the unsolved murders, and the unidentified does that don't get media attention. Empathetic and intensively researched, The Fall Line will take you on deep dives into unsolved cases that you've never heard of and make you wonder why you haven't. Find us wherever you listen to podcasts.
Okay. Crystal certification. Lemuria, the land of Lemuria. Whoa. When I got that one last night, I'm like, whoa, we need to, obviously you can't have a certificate in Lemuria because that's another type of soul planet. Where you might be from, where your origins and your soul might be from, this beautiful place, kind of like Atlantis, but Lemuria. And there's that class. And then also animal communication. So I'll teach you how to communicate with animals telepathically. And then so far, we also have psychic development. So feel into that. If that's like, oh my God, I need to sign up for that school so badly, and I'm going to cry if I don't, then it's for you. But like, a lot of you are very logical. I need more information, which is fine. And I realize that I don't make decisions at all like you do. My decision-making process is nothing like yours. It's like, if I'm like, oh my God, I need to do that, it's like a big hell yes, that is how I do it. And then it's easy. So the money goes through quickly. I have the money already. Bam, bam, bam. Things just like line up and I don't know what to do with my hand. I'm throwing dice. So you just gotta feel into it. And that's how you know it's for you. All right. So I have like strange, but not strange. So yesterday I had 2 people come in show up on the Zoom call in a car, driving in a car. Guys, I can't read for you in a car. If you're driving to school, taking your kids to school, you're driving to somewhere, I cannot do a reading for you. So please don't expect me to do that. That's not fair. Even if you are pulled over, it is still very difficult because you're not actually focused. You're focused on the cars and the people in the parking lot, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. So don't bother. I have done readings where you're in the car before, but the crappy thing is that you're in a car. And number 2, you can't record it. And my storage is full. So me recording your readings is a terrible idea. So, because I always forget to send it to you. So don't be in a car. So I had 2 people in a car and I'm like, nope, sorry, I've shut them down. I'm like, just reschedule. I can't do it. One client actually went home and we did a shortened version of the reading. And that's where one of my stories comes in of a strange story. So here's one. I have 2 strange stories. Okay. First one. Sometimes when I'm doing a reading, and I'm connecting with the soul, who I assume is on the other side, they are not dead. Now, this has happened before. This has happened in the past. However, usually the criteria is if I can connect to someone on the other side or someone who is incarnate, who's still alive, it's usually because they're sick or have dementia. Well, let me tell you, these people are not sick and they don't have dementia. And I'm tapping into people who are alive, walking around the garage. I'm describing them to a T. I'm describing what they look like. I'm describing their name. I'm giving their name. I'm telling them what they like to do. They're in a garage, puttering around. They're messing with the car, whatever they're doing. There's nothing wrong with these people. So why would an incarnate soul come to me in a mediumship reading, which is about people who have crossed over and are no longer with us? Now, one theory that I have, because this is new, this is new to me, because usually it's like they mention they're sick. Nope, not this time. And I'm like, so either what's happening is I'm getting tired and going psychic. So you can read people psychically. So obviously if you've had a psychic reading for me, like, tell me about what my boyfriend's doing. Like, I can tell you what your boyfriend's doing, what he looks like, a tattoo on his arm, whatever. And there's nothing wrong with him. But that's in a psychic reading. So technically this should not be happening. So the only thing I can think of, because this is brand new to me, is like, I'm getting tired and I go psychic, but the feeling is still as if they passed. Now, why would that be occurring? They're not sick and they don't have dementia. They're not, they're not in the hallway. They're not, and I don't have enough experience with this because it's brand new to me of, am I predicting that they're passing? Do I know that they're going to pass soon? Which doesn't make any sense because they're not sick and they don't have the criteria. They're not fitting into the mold. So this is the thing about being a medium, is that sometimes you're going to like master something and then they change everything on you and you don't know what the hell's going on. They're like, why are you giving me people who are alive? And then you're freaking people out, right? Because they're like, oh my God, is my husband going to die? I'm like, no, he's not going to die. So like, I don't know what's happening in that way of why a person who's alive is talking to me, communicating with me in a mediumship reading. So that was super weird. Twice it happened. And I think it's happened actually previously to this week. And I'm trying to figure it out. So like if a student asks me, why is that happening? I'm the teacher who's like, I don't freaking know. Like, I don't know everything, guys. I don't know everything because this is just happening now. And I'm not sure. It's just like this weird thing. At first it was the hallway. Now it's people who are alive are talking to me, but as if they're in the spirit world. So as I'm talking, it could be also that I'm missing a connection there where I've got grandpa in spirit here and he's talking about his son who's in the garage, who's alive, but it doesn't feel like that because I can do that. Like I can already do that. So that was super strange. That was super weird to me because I don't know what's happening. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know what's going on with that. But then yesterday, here's my favorite strange story, you guys. My favorite strange story. So yesterday, the first woman who was in the car driving her kids to school, I'm like, no, not reading for you in the car. She was like, okay, I'll be home in 10 minutes. I'm like, that's fine. Just gonna have a short reading. She's cool with that. We get there. So this woman is pregnant. And there's a whole backstory, which I won't share, I don't think, because I don't have her permission to do that. But yesterday was the first time I connected to an unborn child in utero. Come on, guys. Come on. That is that. And I knew because it was like she'd had multiple mediumship readings. And I'm like, why are we doing this again? You just had one last week. Like, we need to do something else. She's like, okay, just do whatever you get. And so I went psychic. And the first thing I got, like, I was sitting here and I felt like there was a baby in my stomach kicking me from the inside. I'm like, oh my God, I think your baby wants to talk to me. What? So I told her a whole bunch of things that were like, I was like, so cool. I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever done. Like this, like I wasn't recording it, so I can't show it to you. She was recording on her phone. So I wish I had proof or, show you as some kind of statements that I made. But I remember the baby telling me, like the baby said, I can hear everything you're saying, which makes sense. Like the baby could hear what the mother and the dad were talking about. The baby can understand everything that you're saying. So if you're pregnant, the baby hears everything you're saying. The baby knows you have to go to the bank. What? And the coolest thing, that's strange, but amazingly cool, is the baby told me some medical things that were going to transpire. So the baby told me about the labor that was coming up in 2 weeks. And the baby told me also that it would be allergic to, I think, phthalates and BPA. How does the baby know these things? Well, it's the highest intelligence. The soul is the highest intelligence. So the baby was saying, please tell my mom to avoid all chemicals such as shampoos, soothers, diaper cream, anything with chemicals in it, laundry soap, everything. Because the baby said, if you ignore this information, the baby's going to get a whole bunch of rashes and cradle cap and like crying even more. So like the baby was trying to prevent something from happening and telling its mother ahead of time, if you avoid these for realsies, you will avoid all kinds of problems with me. And I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever done. Like, I don't think I've ever spoken to it. I've actually, in the same client, I actually predicted the pregnancy in the sex of the baby. And it's just so cool. I'm like, oh my God, you're doing 2 weeks. That was just, I felt yesterday I predicted that you're having a baby and it was like the sex of the baby. Hello. Like, how are you having this baby now? So the baby is almost ready to be born into this world. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. Like the baby told me so many things that were like, the baby told me about their brother that's already here running around like a lunatic. Like there's going to be family photos coming up. Like, and the baby wanted a pregnancy photo done and the mom hadn't done it yet. I was like, this is blowing my mind. And I need a sip of tea. 1 second. This is like the coolest thing I've ever done. Coolest thing I've ever done. Like my arm hair stands up. I gotta tell you this story. So those are the strangest ones so far this week. This is just this week, the strange things that are happening to me. Strange things are happening to me. I had to sing. I'm the singing medium, guys. Guys, I'm the singing medium. I had to sing one song. Okay. As a bonus here for you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a prediction. How you like them apples? Okay. What did I see? Why did I say, hey, I like them apples? So sometimes when I say random things, which is not random, something about apples is going to be significant. You better write that down. Okay, this is a huge one. Huge. I actually have okay. I had to like look up this word because I was calling it persimmon, which is actually a fruit. Spirit was like, so when I get psychic information, it usually comes with a highly intelligent word, like a word I have to look in the dictionary. I don't know what it is, but they kept saying all week. They've been saying to me, persimmon. Yeah. Is it prosimian? Sorry. Prosimian. I'm like, I was hearing persimmon. And I'm like, what do you want me to talk about? A fruit? What's going to happen with a fruit? So I looked it up. And if you Google prosimian, let's do this together here. Go get your phone. Prosimian. Okay. They're a group of primates. This freaks me out a little bit. That includes all living and extinct strepsirrhines. Okay, hold on. Okay, so something about the, okay, watch this. Hold on one second. I think I've screenshotted this about the prosimian. It's like the new world. Okay. Are prosimians old world monkeys? Primate is divided informally into three main groupings: prosimians, monkeys of the new world, and monkeys and apes of the old world. Okay, listen, did you hear that? Monkeys of the new world. That's freaking me out a little bit. All right, so that is going to be coming up, something about prosimians and something about the flu and a virus with, I guess, monkeys or primates. And I had a feeling of the new world. So don't like that one, but I'm going to share that with you. And we'll see if that comes true, guys. We'll see if that happens. So go visit elevatehersoul.com. Go to the blog and you can read past psychic predictions of mine. Go sign up for Spirit School early. It expires today, so you get half off. So $1,000, you get half off of that. Use the code half off. It's only $500 for a 1-year incredible program with amazing teachers from around the world. You're going to meet new friends. You're going to learn so much in Spirit School. I'm excited about it. I know it's only April, but I'm telling you, you want to get in here now because last time it filled up and it's going to be amazing. Just like you guys are freaking amazing. And don't worry about the prosimians, guys. It's okay. Everything is going to be okay.
The Fall Line is a true crime podcast covering the coldest cases in the southeastern United States and occasionally beyond. We focus on the missing persons, the unsolved murders, and the unidentified does that don't get media attention. Empathetic and intensively researched, The Fall Line will take you on deep dives into unsolved cases that you've never heard of and make you wonder why you haven't. Find us wherever you listen to podcasts.